And not defended, recovered by UMass Wright. Big play to start the second half. Onside kick by UMass Wright, and multiple chances for the Trojans to come up with it, but they did not. And it'll be UMass Wright's ball with a 6-point deficit here, John. Big play right out of the gate.
Yeah, great call on special teams there, and could have had a little help thinking we don't want them to have the ball again. This is kind of a two-way call here. We may get lucky and get the ball, but we don't know if we want to kick off and play. So definitely caught the Trojans off guard. So a great call coming out of the half there to get the team some momentum now inside Trojan territory here.
You know, Troy's first receiving kickoff of the game. They returned for a touchdown that was called back due to a penalty, and now their first receiving kickoff here the second half. They give up the onside kick.
They're strong in the second half, so we're going to have to really.
And Charles Henderson takes a timeout, number 46 at defensive end there, saw something that he didn't like, and a timeout before the first play from scrimmage. That timeout could be big late in the game.
Yeah, Burt went ahead and burned that very early. Saw something he didn't like, but it looked like UMS had come back in their power formation and were just getting ready to run it downhill. So big change of momentum right out of halftime on the onside kick. And tip your hat to UMS. Great call by the coach and executed perfectly by special teams.
John, I can't speak to what they saw for the reasoning for the timeout, but this might have been just what Charles Henderson needed to maybe get an exhale, because the talk in the locker room was we're going to get the ball, we're going to do X, Y, Z, and so kind of a shock to the system. So maybe that'll help settle them down a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Definitely change of plans and change of gear. So maybe a good timeout. We'll see.
1st and 10, they fake the handoff. Quarterback's going to keep it up the middle. He's weaving through traffic. They tried to strip the ball, but they do not. And John, 15, 20-yard gain up to around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, first time we've seen the quarterback call his own number, so everybody went with the fake, and quarterback was untouched till about 15 yards down the field. So.
Yeah, that's a good job. The design of that play, John, they saw something on the film. That was a good adjustment by the coaching staff of UMS right there, knowing that play would be there.
Right, and that's when you get into these bigger schools this deep in the playoffs, it actually becomes about the adjustments and who makes the best adjustments and moving late in the game.
Quarterback keeps it again, and he takes a little bit of a lick that time as he's met in the hole for only a gain of 1 or 2.
Yeah, of course, now a linebacker or a safety now is going to have to kind of give a little respect to the quarterback, which may free up something off the edge. So good play there. Bring up about a 2nd and 8 now from about the 23, 24-yard line.
From about this distance thus far in the game, John, they've kind of liked the corner passing game. So we'll see what they do here out of the shotgun. Quarterback's going to keep it up the middle. Now he's going to bounce it to the outside. Good pursuit and a great open field tackle that time. Number two comes up, and that's going to be a loss of 2 or 3, John, and a big negative play on a 2nd down there where you really couldn't afford a negative play.
No, not on that. Now you make it 3rd and long, and made the bad read there. I think he would have been better just to get 3 or 4 yards up the field. Tried to get to the edge, but we've talked about the speed on the outside from Charles Henderson all night, and just not able to get around the defender there.
Yeah, everybody stayed home. They gave up contain on a big play there near the end of the first half, but no luck that time as the containment was there for the Trojans. Turned it back inside.
Those look like they're coming back out in that trip set, Josh, where they love throwing that corner route or maybe possibly a
they faked the draw.
Screen play.
Here's that screen. You called it throwback. They've got one man there.
Wow.
And this time they're not going to get away. Number 16, great open field tackle.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But doesn't try to make a big hit. He keeps his position, keeps his feet, squares up, and a good fundamental tackle there.
One guy out there easily. They had 3 blockers. It was set up perfect, but great play.
If he doesn't make that tackle, it's at least a first down, if not a touchdown. And John, UMS Wright with the offense on the field here. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot to gain by punting the ball.
No.
On the 24-yard line.
Right. And you're looking at about a 42-yard field goal, which I think is probably just a little too far. So they're going to try to just throw it up probably to 11 is what they've done several times already.
4th and 9. Quarterback rolls to the right, throwing it. That side is going to be caught. First down yardage around the 12, 13-yard line, John. Just a nice pitch and catch. Solid play. Quarterback didn't panic, squared his shoulders, and delivered a strikeout there.
Yeah, just like it was first and 5 on that 4th and 10 there. Just an absolute dart out route. Beautiful out by the receiver, and commend him for running 12 yards instead of a 10-yard route there.
I would like to sit here and fault the Trojan defender for giving him that room, but every pass previous to that they ran a corner route, and so this time they broke it off short, just got to the stick. So a good play call by UMS, and they're knocking on the door now. Quarterback keeps again. He's hitting the backfield. Couple Trojans there. Ready for him. They figured that out quickly, John.
Right, yeah, they something they weren't looking for early, but now obviously after 3 or 4 times we've seen it, they've definitely got to key that now. So good defense, way to stay at home by the defensive end. No gain there to bring up 2nd and 10 now.
2nd and 10, clock under 9 minutes. 3-minute drive here effectively to start, considering it was the onside kick. But UMS trying to make sure that onside kick pays off right here with a touchdown.
Yeah, you got to come away with points for UMS, even if it is a field goal at this point. Much more manageable kick here at this distance, so probably going to be a little more conservative now.
Quarterback ran the same little play again, a little bit of a delay that time before keeping it up the middle. He might have got 4, but a 3rd and 6 coming up, John. Definitely 4 down territory. I think I don't look for UMS to take a 3 here, although they might, make it a 3-point game. Not familiar with their kicking situation, but I think we're in 4 down territory here. You went for the onside kick. You're looking for a touchdown
here.
here.
Especially if you get a positive play from even 2 or 3 yards here.
They're going to give it around the left end. Charles Henderson has guys there, and he's going to be 3-4 yards short of the first, John. It's going to be 4th and at least 3, maybe 4. They're calling it a 2-yard gain. They're going to mark that on about the 12.5-yard line, John. Needs to get to the 4 for a first down.
Yeah,
so 5.5 yards here needed.
Yeah, they're definitely not sending the kicking unit out. So
I beg your pardon. That's the 8-yard line. Forgive me. 4.5 yards here for the first. All right, they're going for it on offense. Number 11 flanks out to the right in wide receiver. They got a guy in motion. Big play in the game here as it's 4th down and 4. Quarterback rolling to his right. He's under pressure. He steps up in the pocket. He throws it towards the end zone. Well defended and I believe intercepted. They're calling it incomplete. An interception would have been a little bit better because you would have got the ball out to the 20, but it'll be Troy's ball. Either way, Charles Henderson takes over on downs.
You know what I'm saying?
But now there's a penalty on the play.
Come on, Mario.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what this call is.
I don't see where the flag is. We still don't see a flag. The guys behind us are commenting the same thing. But we're going to have a roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down on the play. Wow. We see the replay there. The guys in the booth do a great job, and we also see the penalty. It was a good call by the officials. Automatic first down and uncalled for, John.
Yep, and one of the penalties we spoke about that can kill a drive can also extend them on the other side. So
instead of Charles Henderson's ball, now it's 1st and goal from the 3. Give to the first man through. He's hit, tries to fall forward. He's going to get a yard or 2 down to close to the 1-yard line, John.
Yeah, first man through that time. Sometimes it's good to give it to the fullback.
Charles Henderson with a strong defensive lineman. Limping a little bit in there in that interior. We'll keep an eye on him as the game progresses, John. But Charles Henderson's going to need a big goal line stand here to keep UMS from tying or extending the lead here.
Yeah, this is a big drive right here almost now. We're working on 5.5 minutes now of a drive here.
They give it to the second man through, and he's going to coast into the end zone. Almost a wishbone look that time, John, bringing that guy around.
Yeah, pulling guard. Yeah, everybody coming.
Just too many numbers along the left-hand side, and touchdown UMS Wright.
Yeah, very well blocked. And
13-13 with 6:33 remaining here. They're going to do a little swinging ladder, John.
Yeah, just to see what's there. But obviously this is a big PAT, so we assume they'd want to take the lead here. So a big point, as we've seen 2 missed kicks from Charles Henderson today. So
the kick is up and good up into the Alpha Insurance seating area, and 14-13 your score. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after these messages for the next kickoff.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At nfhslearn.com, you can find over 60 courses for coaches, administrators, officials, parents, students, and performing arts programs, including over 25 free courses such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. For more information, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
Welcome back live here to Larry Blakeney Field in Troy, Alabama. We've got a great game for you tonight, folks. If you're just joining us, we've got the 5A Round 3 matchup between Charles Henderson High School and UMS Wright. Great game, 14-13. If you're just joining us, Charles Henderson was scheduled to receive the opening kickoff of the second half, but a successful onside kick attempt by UMS Wright capped off with a touchdown run around the left-hand side, and we've got ourselves a one-point ball game here with 6:33 remaining. Alongside John Wiggins, you look for him to kick it deep this time.
Yeah, of course. You're happy now to be back in the lead in this game. And
big mental error right here, John. Is going to be terrible field position for Charles Henderson as he's going to be brought down inside the 5.
Yeah, bobbled the kick and had to run back to the 1-inch line to pick it up, and now he's tackled at the 5. So another big special teams play for UMS Wright to put Charles Henderson way back in field position.
I believe if the momentum of the ball had carried it into the end zone, he still could have got a touchback right there, but you have to feel for the man in that position. He was just doing the best he could. A hustle play, but an unfortunate break for Charles Henderson on another kickoff opportunity.
Yeah, if you're Charles Henderson, you got to brush that off and go back to what you did. And the offense has been moving very well all night, so I wouldn't shy away from anything here. Just keep running your offense and just get first downs is all you're focusing on here.
Going to be brought down for a loss in the backfield. That time backside pursuit gets a hold of the quarterback before he can even get out of his own stance.
Yeah, so for the first time in a long time, you're starting to hear the UMS Wright sideline come alive and a little bit of energy and juice on the sideline. So playing with a little bit of enthusiasm right now. So you got to have a good play here for Charles Henderson. Got to get some kind of positive yardage.
2nd and 12. Then our producer just pointed out to us we got a 5-man front now for that defensive line compared to 3 in the first half.
Right. We spoke about that the first half. Was going to see if they're going to make some adjustments to that, and they for sure have. So
going to be a gain of about 5, but it's still going to bring up 3rd and 5 or 6, John, after the big loss on first down. So a very critical play, if for no other reason than field position upcoming for the Charles Henderson offense.
Right, because the stop here, and again, they'll have the ball for about the 3rd time now inside midfield. So big play right here. Charles Henderson desperately needs to get a first down.
They look to the sideline. Look to the sideline, getting the play. Wide receivers decide to stack on both sides of the formation. Drops back to pass. Tried to tuck it up under, but he's going to be brought down for another loss, John. And like you say, you can hear that UMS sideline erupt as another sack. That's 2 tackle for losses on that drive alone, and they're going to be backed up with very little room to punt here, John.
Yeah, this is a huge punt right here. A lot can go wrong kicking nearly from the back of the end zone. So just to get it out and get it way free is big.
UMS Wright positioned already at the Trojan 40, so great field position upcoming. They do get a good snap and kick off, and a very nice high punt going to back him up near midfield. He does bring it in. He makes a man miss. He's across and running to the left. He's got a lot of green grass in front of him, John. 2 blockers pushing him down the sideline. He's waiting for room, and he's going to be out of bounds. But, John, 1st and goal from the 8-yard line to start this drive for UMS Wright. That's,
Yeah, huge punt return and very patient. Just followed his 2 lead blockers down the field, waiting on them to pick up blocks. That negated a beautiful punt from Charles Henderson. Gave him about a 40-yard return there down inside the 10 to the 7. So UMS knocking on the door again.
And we hear the guys in the booth behind us. This is, UMS Wright been a very unfamiliar position the entire first half. Not used to being behind. They're the #1 team in the state. And now that Troy gets their first taste of adversity, how can they respond to it here? You're still going to, even if they score a touchdown here, you're still theoretically going to be a 1-possession game. So you just need to settle in and regroup for the remainder of the game here as they pick up about 4 around that left edge. for a 2nd and short upcoming.
Yeah, it'll be 2nd and goal, I think, from the 6-yard line. So pretty good run, but a good tackle in open field. Yeah, still just got to do what you got to do. It's still a 1-point game. Make your reads, make your tackles.
Yeah, just settle in right here. Back to, you got to back to the fundamentals.
Yeah, and I think if you're UMS Wright, you just continue to keep pulling and pounding the ball, which is starting to get a little more success.
Big sack that time by Charles
Let's
Henderson.
go.
Man, that's a momentum changer and a half right there.
Right.
Could possibly take them out of scoring position.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I thought they were just going to continue. They've been having huge success just running the ball off tackle and stretch plays, and they try to hit a cheap one and play action, and a great sack there for Charles Henderson is a huge play. So now you're 3rd and goal from about the 19, so a big play whenever Charles Henderson needed it.
Man, we were just harping on it. Get back to the fundamentals, let the little things happen. That could be a play. We need to put, as we take a look at the replay there, that'll be a play that we put an asterisk beside and see how it comes out. Now they've thrown it up. It was definitely underthrown, almost a chance for an interception, but lucky to get the incompletion there at the end against the bigger play. I think if the Charles Henderson defender makes a little bit better play on the ball, they may have picked that off, and boy, what a turnover that would have been, John.
Yeah, man, they continue to keep going to that fade route down here, and Charles Henderson played it to perfection. They had one top, one bottom, so great coverage, and does look like now they may attempt a field goal here to try to extend their lead to 4.
Be about a 35-yard field goal, John.
Hey, we need to miss right
near
here.
hash. So,
you know what I'm saying?
Not a terrible angle, but the good news is this really doesn't change anything if you're Charles Henderson. Oh, and they bobble the snap, and it's going to be recovered, and that'll actually gain a yard or two of field position.
Yeah, and we talked about this before the game. That cold weather, that ball gets harder to squeeze, harder to grab, harder to place.
And I don't know this for certain, so those of you listening at home that know, my apologies if I'm incorrect here, but a lot of times some of those specialists are not your every down players. Sometimes that long snapper and that holder are people that may not have been in the flow of the game, may not have that blood flowing just yet, but a big play nonetheless, and first down, Charles Henderson at the 22, and ended up with better field position, in hindsight than they had before they punted.
Right.
So a big break.
Yep, and good job to them. Defense not just giving up, and you could easily let them score there, and a couple big plays, and now they're back on offense. So.
You got to give the team a lot of credit. It would have been very easy, to pout and to put your hands on your hips there, after that punt return. A lot of teams would have laid down, but obviously a credit to the coaching staff and a credit to these young men for keeping their head up and playing the next down.
Yeah, what a battle right now. 2 minutes left in the 3rd between both of these teams. So well represented on both sides right now.
Definitely all we could ask for here on the NFHS network is a nail biter going into the 4th quarter as Troy's quarterback bobbles it too. He was looking ahead to where he was going to throw it downfield and couldn't corral that snap. It was not a bad snap.
Now, see that a lot on all levels of football. Sometimes you want to try to make the play before you have the football, and it'll tell on you from time to time.
So now we harped on in our pregame, John, 3rd down, and Charles Henderson with a big one right here. Let's see what they can do. Quarterback, they're going to set up a screen of their own. They got some blocks, John, one man to beat, and a big guy out in front.
Oh, that's a first down.
They're going to be up near midfield. What a great play call, John.
I see you, boy.
Great play call by the Trojans. We talked about adjustments. We had not seen that from them tonight, and taking a page out of the UMS playbook for a big gain on 3rd and long.
Right, yeah, great call. The first screen look we've seen, UMS had no answer for it. Well executed play for about a 26-yard pickup there. So big first down on 3rd and 15.
I thought initially that they may have had a chance to take that to the house, but some good backside pursuit by UMS Wright as Troy had a one-on-one with a big blocker out in front. And John, I noticed that time UMS back to their 3-man front.
Back to a 3-man that time.
A lot of long stretch right there for little to no gain, John. But we're noticing it's a chess match right now.
That's
and
right.
if you get the right play call against the right front, it could be very big or very bad. So these two coaching staffs, playing a little bit of game within the game right here. Faking the blitz this time. Let's see if they actually come with it.
Yeah, usually when they see them in this three-man front, they're expecting some balls out on the perimeter.
And a little false start that time, John, the right guard for the Trojans. Little mental mistake there. And 2nd and 15 upcoming.
Yep, and those are mistakes that'll hurt a drive. This is a crucial point in the game. And
come on, man, them boys need to lock in. Boy need to lock in.
Yourself in the foot, so you hope that they can clean some of those penalties up.
So 2nd and 15 upcoming. Quarterback direct snap, looks, gets away with it quickly, got a man open. Good pass out to number 2. Is going to be near first down yardage, bring up about a 3rd and 1, John. But look, what I like about that play call, John, it was a one read, get it out. They had the man where they wanted it, and they executed it for a big gain.
Yep, just a beautiful stick route, come back. He threw it almost before the receiver broke out of his route.
Yes.
Good pitch and catch, and now you're very third and manageable in plus territory, so may possibly be 4-down territory anyway.
I think great job of simplifying the playbook right there, giving him a one-read look and executed well. Now first down, Trojans lowers his shoulder. Helmet pops off as the running back for Charles Henderson falls forward for a big first down gain. Now look, unless there was a face mask penalty, which there was not, he's going to have to come out for a play. So we'll keep an eye on that, and hopefully he didn't scratch up the head once the headgear popped off.
No, good hard run, and we're starting to see some big hits down there between the tackles. So just a great football play there, and that will be a first down.
1st and 10. Charles Henderson in the shotgun. They take a look. 2 wide receivers to each side of your screen, top and bottom.
Yeah, we are working just under 20 seconds. This might be the last play of the third quarter right here for Charles Henderson.
Quarterback with a lot of room to run to the left-hand side. Smartly takes it. He's going to get 6 or 7. Try to slide, and it's going to be a 7-yard gain, and we'll see what they do with the clock, as there will be 9 seconds remaining, and it ticks on down here. That'll be the end of the third quarter play. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You're live on the NFHS Network.
Take a commercial break too. I'm about to cover my mic up. I'm in my
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
Welcome back live here to Larry Blakeney Field in Troy, Alabama. Fourth quarter action under the way. 12 minutes separate these two teams for a trip to the semifinal round of the 5A playoffs. Charles Henderson is down 1 but driving as they're now into UMS territory. Going to be a gain of 1 or 2 on that play. And first down. So Trojans with a new set of downs here. 1st and 10. If you're just joining us, both teams scored on their opening possession of the game. Charles Henderson able to get a stop and score to take a 13-7 lead into the half. An opening onside kick by UMass Wright was able to lead their team down and take a lead. It's been kind of back and forth slugfest here. And we got a penalty in the backfield and may go against UMS.
Yeah, the Charles Henderson players are signaling against it, but big run on first down, 23 right off tackle there, got about 6 or 7 yards, so great run on first down. We're going to see now, I guess, if UMS kind of getting closer to the goal line, doesn't get back maybe into that 4 or 5 man front.
Well, not as of yet. 2 wides to each side of the field. They give it again up the middle, a huge hole, and they're up near the 10-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10, possibly 1st and goal, John.
Yeah, I feel like the numbers were in Charles Henderson's favor again there with 5 or 6 blocking 3 or 4. So great run again right up the middle. Looks like Charles Henderson has found something that they're going to keep going to until something gets changed on the other side.
6 men front now, John, as they change up, here headed into the goal line defense. But possibly, too little too late. Let's take a look and see. They're going to give it out on the outside this time. Man, he makes a guy on the outside miss to get that 5 yards, John. That great little cut up right there by the running back.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was going to be a whole lot there, but one sidestep and gained him about 2 or 3 more yards. So a good run again. They're on 1st down.
And, John, the offensive line of Troy wasn't getting a ton of penetration right there, but they kept just enough a barrier in between the defense and the running back to let that pile move 3 more yards after first contact.
Yeah, just some good blocking, good tackling right now. Great football game here in the 4th quarter.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Charles Henderson looking to retake the lead. They swing it out to the right. He cuts inside. Nice juke move. And touchdown, Charles Henderson to retake the lead here.
Yeah, kind of went back to what got him there. The first half, we saw a lot of inside, then outside on the perimeter and let the guy make a move and hadn't really seen that series again, and just a great offensive series there. So a big touchdown in the 4th quarter by Charles Henderson.
You know what I'm saying? Touchdown.
Yeah, that's major. UMS Wright, the #1 team in 5A, probably haven't seen many 4th quarter deficits this year, John.
No, certainly they've been in a fight they probably haven't seen all year. I assume this is going to be a 2-point conversion to try to make it a touchdown lead.
So they're taking a timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout with them. We'll be right back after these messages from the NFHS Network.
We'll be right back, y'all. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back live here. We got a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. We'll talk a minute and dissect the timeout situation that the Trojans find themselves in. But a very important 2-point conversion here. They do the zone read. They give it off. Number 20 trying to pull the pile. He's fighting, but he is not going to get to the goal line as he is denied, John, about a yard or 2 short right there.
Yeah, probably one of the best, hardest 2-yard runs you might ever see. 1 yard short, great effort, but just couldn't get there, and credit the defense for not fighting, not giving up and fighting to the end there. So,
yeah, and he's very frustrated as the coaching staff talks to him along the sideline. To reset your game right here, we're basically still started the 4th quarter, 10:48 remaining in the game, so still plenty of time for each team here. And an interesting dynamic, John, to keep an eye on as we follow this game is Troy's down to his final timeout. They had to make one on the first defensive play following that onside kick, and then they weren't prepared.
What y'all think, Chad?
What y'all think? Y'all think
interception
so
drive?
Unfortunate, neither of those timeouts were in opportune times, and so we'll see how that plays into a factor. Should they need a stop, or should they need that timeout for an offensive opportunity later?
Yeah, we're a long way from that point, but it certainly feels like in a game like this that may be a big factor late.
Troy's set to kick it off here from the 40-yard line. They have a 5-point lead with 10:48 remaining to go. John, you have to think if you woke up this morning as a player or member of the coaching staff of Charles Henderson, they said, hey, we'll give you 19-14 lead with 10:40 to go in the 4th. I think most of the crew takes that.
Yeah, they'd have signed on the dotted line right then. So right where they want to be, and again we've said it a few times tonight. You probably a little bit uncomfortable in this spot from UMS, who's actually led most of the games late by significant amounts all year. So they are definitely in a dogfight right now. So 10:48, they take over, and no need to panic. Still plenty of time, and just run your offense and get chunks.
Oh yeah, the game. We're not in a time crunch yet, but a good play right at the line of scrimmage there. Good job by the defensive line of the Charles Henderson Trojans. May give him a gain of 1 there.
Yeah, great stuff. Stiff up there to stop the run. 2nd and 9. It's almost kind of like how they get there, and then they run the stretch, and then they'll run that play action and throw either the screen or throw that fade route. So you like to get more than 1 on 1st down, but we'll see what they come out on 2nd and 9 here.
So 1 wide receiver to the top of the screen, 1 in the slot for UMS, and now they send number 7 in motion, flanking the left side. Dropping back to throw, sets his feet. They're going downfield. Hit as he threw it. Closer to the 2 Trojan defenders than the wide receiver that time, but a lot of pressure, and the quarterback, John, slow to get up.
Yeah, he took a big hit, and probably why he was so far off the mark with the ball, but yeah, right in his face.
Yeah, no flag. That was just a clean hit, pressuring the quarterback. Good play by the defense, and those licks plant seeds, John.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. It looks like we do have a Charles Henderson player down, so may have a injury timeout right now.
Well, John, right at the 10-minute mark, big 3rd down. Upcoming 3rd and 10 from a field position perspective. Look, he hasn't played well tonight, but Troy has a good place kicker. Charles Henderson has a good place kicker, and you would hate for him to even get into field goal range and be able to extend this lead to 22-14. It's very important at this juncture that UMS possibly get a 1st down or 2.
Yeah, and 3rd and long, Josh, we've seen about the same 2 plays all night long, so I'm assuming we won't see anything different here.
The quarterback's going to run a draw play this time. It's going to be well defended. He's going to get 4 or 5, but that's going to be it. And it's going to bring up 4th and 5 or 6, John.
Right, yeah, it's definitely a punt situation here. But I'll be honest, the UMS sideline is not just running the punt team on just yet. So,
yeah, they did finally. I'm sure they wanted to consider it because they look. UMass Wright giving up only 6 points on the season. Troy has tripled that and won. And you can't think they have just a ton of faith in their guaranteed ability to stop Troy right now. But a great spiral kick going to be fielded around the 30, and he's still giving up yardage as he's looking for a block. Now he gets one. Flag comes down though, and it's probably going to back him up an additional 10, John, inside the 20.
Right. One thing we can say for sure is UMS Wright's got some really, really good special teams. We've seen multiple plays. That punt was fantastic. Coverage was perfect.
Yeah.
And like you said, may get a bonus 10 pushing the back there or something. So that completely just flipped the field. So
not to mention Troy's return man is needing help getting up right now, and he's a key weapon on their offensive side that they can't afford to lose right now.
Yeah, it looks like somebody is getting attended to on the sideline, but looks like he hopped up and kind of limping off here now. So
let's hope that it's just a cramp. That's Davenport, number 7. He plays on both sides of the ball, John, and a key contributor, and they need to get him back healthy if they can. Hopefully for next week, but if not, for the next series.
Yeah, and that'll put it now 1st and 10 at the 20. So a huge special teams play there for UMS Wright.
Yeah, really flipped the field. I was speaking to that they needed to get a 1st down or 2 for field position, but man, they're specialists. Like you said, they've played a great game top to bottom and deserve a nod. Trojans with 4 wide receivers, 3 to the near side of your screen, 1 at the top. They fake the give and swing it out to number 11 out in space. He outruns the first guy to the edge, but only going to be a gain of 1 or 2 there as a good pursuit by UMS Wright on D.
Yeah, it looked like he had a seam there for a big game, but it closed up quick. Good pursuit there by the defense to only holding to about 2 or 3 yards.
Bill, if I was a doctor, I'd just order in just.
So 2nd down here. Whole playbook open if you're Charles Henderson. They try the hard count, no luck this time. Disciplined defense by the UMS Wright team.
Yeah. Both these teams, man, very well coached, and it shows.
Frazier straight ahead, gets across the 25, bring up about a 3rd and 5, but good defense on the interior of UMS. And they're signaling, they're imploring their crowd to make a little noise on this upcoming 3rd down.
Yeah, big play right here, and that was a great defensive play. Hard run for about 2 yards, but a big 3rd down if they can get off the field here.
Charles Henderson's running back taps on his helmet there and needs to come out for this critical 3rd down play, but number 4, no slouch himself, coming in to take his place. Play clock down to 13, still plenty of time as the quarterback signals and asks for the play to be relayed out there one more time.
Yeah, but he knows that they got to hurry up and get it in. They don't need to waste that
Play
last
clock
time
down to
out.
4, down to 3. They do get it off. They're going to pass over the middle. It's going to be defended by number 6 very well for UMass Wright, and a 4th down and likely punting situation upcoming for Charles Henderson.
Yeah, good defensive play. Knocked that ball away, so definitely going to have to punt here with 4th and 5 on your own side. So a big hold to get off the field on 3rd down for UMS to get your offense the ball back.
Yeah, great punt, get the penalty, and then a 3 and out, just like the defensive staff planned it if you're UMass Wright, and didn't even get much time off the clock if you're Charles Henderson.
Yeah, and remember this situation last time, UMS had about a 40-yard return, about the same position on the field. So got to be careful kicking a low liner to this guy again. Try to get a little higher to get your coverage team back down there to make a tackle.
There's a whistle before the snap. Would have been another good punt. That was going to hit down near the 35-yard line, John.
Yeah, the pre-snap shifting was almost a little too fancy, and they're going to be punting from another 5 yards back now. So
it looks like they disagree with the call, but it'll be 5 yards nonetheless. We're going to call it 4th and 10. Less likely to run a fake. Not that I think that was a real consideration to begin with, but conventional snap and kick this time, but he does not get off a good one. I don't know if it was hit or what. Going to take a very neutral bounce, and now it'll be UMass Wright's ball in the Trojan 45 territory.
Yeah, the difference there, about 20 yards or better in those 2 punts. So
yeah.
that again, costly penalty that's come back to hurt the team there.
And you spoke of how great UMass Wright's special teams have played. Charles Henderson's special teams have definitely been the Achilles phase so far tonight. But you never know. They may be the phase that ends up, making the difference for them. But UMS set to be on offense right here, officially on the 44-yard line. Sweep out to the left, and that's going to be a loss of about 1.
Yeah, very well defended on the edge out there. There was nowhere to go.
John, I see number 7 at safety. He's back into the game for the Trojans. He was shaking up on that punt return, but I'll be honest, I don't think he's at full speed, and we'll be interested to see if they don't challenge him on a deep ball here in the next few plays.
Right, and looks like they're bringing their formation out where they may try one of those sideline routes or those deep flag routes here. We'll see.
These coaches today, if we're aware, they're aware, and ball in the air right there, and we got a completed pass up around the 32-yard line. Be a 1st down. Didn't pick on number 7 that time, but a strike thrown and a good 1st down pickup by UMS Wright.
Yeah, and that was one of the times we've been talking about. They rolled the guy out and put the motion with him, not having to throw back across the field so far.
You've been asking for that for quite a while now, and it does result in a 1st down the first time they do it. We got a UMS player down. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after these messages. You're on the NFHS Network.
We'll be right back after this short break.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership.
Welcome back live here. Big 1st down. UMS Wright on the attack. They give it to number 22 around left end, and he's going to be swarmed under. Only a gain of about 1 or 2 there, John. Nice tackling by the Trojan defense.
Yeah, they've obviously made some kind of adjustment at halftime. Those same stretch plays were going for 6 and 8 and 9 yards in the first half. So credit the defense there. They're playing real strong against those plays. So good defense right there. With the score like it is, Josh, you almost going for a touchdown here. I don't think 3's going to do anything.
Right, we hear the cable guys behind us making the same comment, John. It's absolutely 4-down territory. So 2nd and 10 here, you're not trying to get all of it on the next 2 plays. You're just trying to make sure you get 10 in the next 3. They fake the end around. Quarterback's going to keep it almost drug down in the backfield, but he's able to bounce outside, and he's going to be out around the 22-yard line, John. Going to be 3rd and very short.
Yeah, big gain there on 2nd down. It looks like about 8 or 9. Great run, great blocking on the edge, and just an unselfish play by the receiver there who sprung that run. So it's going to be real close. Looks like maybe about 3rd and 1, possibly even going to mark it as a 1st down.
Well, I didn't see that from this angle, but great job by UMS Wright moving the sticks and getting themselves 4 more downs. And 6 minutes to go. You don't know how many times you're going to get it. You'd like to think you're going to get one more crack at it, but probably their best opportunity at the moment to take this lead from Charles Henderson.
Yeah, I don't know
bit of a confusion.
What happened, but
timeout had to be taken.
Yeah, maybe the quarterback got banged up or something, and he went out, and they put somebody in there, and he didn't like what he saw, so called a timeout. But again, Josh, something we didn't see the first half. They've kind of started. The quarterback is definitely running the football the second half, so something they've seen they like, and it's been working for them in the second half.
So that timeout could be an important one as we track that moving forward. Just so many possibilities of how this game could go. Charles Henderson, a threat to score at any given time. We've seen a 100-yard kick return by them tonight, and we've seen a couple big explosive plays in their passing game, and we've seen similar explosive plays on UMS Wright side. So
right,
a lot of football left here halfway through the 4th quarter.
Right, and even it seems like they're under a little pressure, but now the red zone defense for Charles Henderson's been spectacular tonight. They've had 1 turnover on downs and 2 picks in the end zone, so they're pretty comfortable here.
Bend but not break as the quarterback keeps it again. He's going to fall forward for a gain of about 4, John.
Yeah, that'll get him down to about the 20. So we're probably looking at either maybe about a 2nd and 7.
Yep, possibly even 8. I gave him. I thought he had fall forward another yard or 2 from that spot. Clock moving, and we'll keep an eye on that as it turns into, how much time would the Trojans have to answer if they do get the go-ahead touchdown here.
To have a tackle like that, because you have a uniform tackle.
I ain't gonna lie, we need to start right here.
Trojans, has several defensive linemen in an up position. Quarterback rolls to his left, sets his feet, throws over the middle, complete, but a big hit short of the 1st down, John. Only a 4 or 5 yard gain, and good job going up and getting that ball, but boy, did he pay for it as a Charles Henderson defender there to lay the wood.
Oh yeah, that's one of them. You go back to the huddle and shake your quarterback's hand and tell him you appreciate him, because but he hung on to it. So big catch, big hit, and so 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. We've already said 4-down territory here. So
that's actually a significant gain here with 2 plays to pick up the last 3. They put a man in motion here. I look for him to run it to the wide side. They do. They give it. He cuts back up the middle. Made a man miss. He's got 1st down yardage, and he fights down near the 5. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for UMS Wright.
Yeah, good, hard run. Kind of got, like I said, to the right side, but wasn't really there. Put his foot in the ground. Cutback was there. Made a man miss and gained an extra 6 or 7 yards. So tough run down to the 5 here to set up 1st and goal now for UMS Wright.
Trojans bring in a couple fresh faces along that D-line. See what they can do here. And UMS can run it or throw it here. And clocking down near the 4-minute mark here. 1st and goal from the 5. They give it to the tailback. He's looking for room, not finding much, and he's going to be stacked up, maybe a gain of 1 to the 4.
Yeah, good defensive play there to to hold them to 1 there.
Yeah, you'll definitely take that on defense.
Josh, we talked about it earlier, but a situation like this where you may want to take a timeout to let your big guys get a break, on these goal line situations. You don't have but 1 now,
right,
to save it in case you got to make a last minute drive to win the game. So
sometimes a no call is a call in those situations. You're absolutely right, John. And wide receiver to the very bottom of your screen. Quarterback keeping it himself, calls his own number. He's going to be stuffed up. Maybe a gain of a yard again, but it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3. And although it's definitely 4th down territory, man, it gets the marbles get bigger as you get down there. So 3rd and goal going to be marked at the 2, John.
Yeah, couldn't really tell from the bodies piled up, but may have got a favorable spot there. We don't know. 3rd and 2, big 3rd down coming up here.
And John, time, slowly becoming a factor here. Under 3 minutes. Quarterback going to keep it to the right side. He's hit again. Man, down to the half-yard line there. And possibly fortuitous. If that quarterback had been an inch taller, he might have got into the end zone, John.
Yeah, that was very, very close, but I think it was the right call. So now we bring up a 4th and a half a yard here to see what happens.
We'll call it 4th and a foot. And, John, these teams have played all season long. I got news for you. The X's and O's are out the window. The coaching staffs are out the window. This next play here is going to be which team wants it more, John. And the offense has the advantage because they know when they're going to start. And I look for a silent count or, something of that neighborhood here. And a lot of valuable time going off the clock right here before UMS Wright will take their second time out of the half.
Yeah, probably a good call there. He wanted to run as much time off the clock as he could there. So, man, final 2 minutes, 19-14 game.
Oh, yeah.
4th and a foot. I mean, what could you ask for more?
Yeah. We got 4th and goal upcoming from the 1 yard line. And, man, what a great game our fans have witnessed tonight, John. No matter who wins, Charles Henderson up by 5 at the moment. And even if they score right here, they're going to have a 2-minute drill for a chance to retake the lead. So, anything could happen right here. And we talked about it. You mentioned it in the onset. We've seen it in the special teams. But now even just the center quarterback exchange is going to be so critical on this play right here.
Right, and we've seen, 5, 6, 7 false starts. This is not a time for one of those if you're UMass Wright. So, but yeah, all the fans at home and just texting in and following us, we appreciate you guys watching. What a great game and treat you've got tonight. So,
all right, guys, 1 yard away from a lead in a possible semifinal matchup. Man, no idea from up here. I haven't seen a signal yet. No signal yet. They're signaling touchdown, but it looks like they made the 4th down stop. An unbelievable effort. I hope we have a replay. They had everybody in the backfield imaginable, a lot of extra men in the backfield, and just a great job by the Troy defensive line of holding steady. And as we take a look right here, just great penetration underneath, nowhere to go for the quarterback, and what a great goal line stand. But now, that 1 yard line that they were at the previous play, now Charles Henderson's offense has to see if they can't, protect the ball here and make sure that they don't take a safety and give it right back to UMS.
That's right. Yeah, good call on that, Hodge. But listen, you would take that trade off any day, right?
Absolutely.
What a great, and we've said it, the red zone defense from Charles Henderson has
it's been phenomenal. You brought it up, John. You're right. And a quarterback sneak ourselves just to try to move that pile a yard or two to even give yourself room to operate. But now that'll also require UMS to take a timeout. We'll probably take that timeout with them and be back for the very last of the. They're not taking it right now, so we're going to stay at live action. This will make at least 30 seconds off of the clock here.
Yeah, probably going to wait to the 2nd down play to use it and then make Troy decide are they going to throw the ball to get the 1st down or what. So
yeah, smart job by Charles Henderson. They did come to the line, but that coaching staff is going to make sure that they're inside of 2-3 seconds here, as there's 12 seconds remaining on our play clock now. So you're looking at 1:02-ish left when the snap will be made here. As you can see the game clock wind down. They actually went a little earlier than expected. Going to be off right tackle, get 2 or 3 yards, John, out to about the 5. And, if nothing else, they've given their punter a little bit of room to punt, and no timeout as of yet, still by UMS Wright.
Wow, no timeout here. So
well, I mean, they were still going to get all the time on the next play. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter, but it looks a lot worse to wait this long, and you don't get to discuss this play with your guys. If somehow Charles Henderson comes up with anything right here, 10 seconds still left on the play clock, this game could be over. Give to the right-hand side. He falls down, but he protects the ball. And now a quick timeout with 21 seconds to go. And so maybe with about 15 seconds, John, and probably around, I'm gonna assume around the 40-yard line of the Trojans, UMS will get 2 or 3 opportunities to try to score from 35 yards out.
Right, and we've seen the first touchdown of the game. They made a big pass to the end zone, so they definitely have the ability to do it. You definitely hope that your punter, who didn't hit a good punt last time, gets a better ball off this way.
Well, you got the opportunity right here, John. They might try to run a block. They might try to set up a good return, which we've seen. So many factors right here. If I'm them, I'm angling it to a sideline and covering well. You practice that all year long for a situation just like this. The execution right now is more important than the yardage, John. Even if you give them the ball at the 25, it's still the odds are in the favor of the team with only 20 seconds in the lead. So you're just focused on the Charles Henderson sideline right now of get this play off, and our producer mentioned maybe you even kick it out of bounds.
Don't give them a chance to return it, because they've come dangerously close to just a few minutes ago to bringing one back for a touchdown. So
I'm definitely angling one towards the sideline to use the boundary as an extra defender at best, and if it goes out, great.
Hey man, I'm proud of my boys, man.
Play 15 seconds worth of defense, John, and you're on to the semifinal in a year that nobody really even expected you to get this far.
We ain't finished yet, you feel me? Man, not we. They ain't. Oh wait, what that boy doing?
They're gonna intentionally take a safety, John. Right. I like the play in hindsight. In hindsight, I like the play. You took the same amount of time off the clock, and now you're going to get a free kick to pin them much deeper back. Now, the other side, they only need a field goal.
Hey, shout out to Class 03.
But,
shout out to Class 03.
I like the play, considering how the last several special teams plays for the Trojans have went this half. I like the play call there by the coaching staff.
Good call. You can't fault them either way on that. Like you said, you still got to get a field goal now to tie. And of what we've seen tonight, they didn't attempt a 41-yarder earlier, so you'd think they at least have to get to 40 or 30, inside of 40 before they'll even attempt that. So, good play call there by the coach, I think. What a great game. There's been a lot of great coaching calls on both sides of the game tonight. So, what a fantastic game here in Troy, Alabama tonight in the third round. Both teams deserving to win this game.
Absolutely. Great effort. UMS coming up from Mobile on a Thursday night. They've had their backs against the wall. They've responded, come out with a great onside kick to start the second half. They've made some adjustments, made some big plays on offense and defense. Their special teams have been solid throughout. Charles Henderson, nobody expected them to even be here, much less have the number one team, in the state down 3 points with 18 seconds to go. So win, lose, or draw, they have a lot to hang their hat on tonight. And without question, John, and look, if they win tonight, who can they not beat, right?
Right. So at least mentally, you got to believe that you beat the best in the state tonight.
So they'll obviously have a long road to travel next week, but they'll sure believe that they can beat anybody. And what a great stepping stone for the program as they move, towards future years. Now they kicked that one out of bounds, and that's not ideal, but it's not as bad as it could have been in other circumstances, because you still only have 18 seconds for UMass Wright to run their play, so the good field position is only worth so much.
Looks like they're going to make them kick it again, which
that is an option.
But you don't get those seconds back every time.
Well, the clock doesn't start until it's in play, and so we're still at 18 seconds on the game clock. So that, non-factor right there. But now, Charles Henderson is going to be kicking it from 5 yards further back, John. So kicking from the 15 now. And let's face it, they're going to have to put this in play and make a tackle. And every 5 yards is important too, John.
Yeah, they got a good. I mean, he's got a good leg. So UMS hardly came up at all. So we'll see what happens.
So do they kick it deep or squib it? And they do kick it deep, which I agree with. All right, fielded at the 30. Pretty decent coverage. Great open field tackle. Number 2 for the Trojans with a big open field play. That's Boyd. Boyd for the Trojans.
Easy for us to see from up here, Josh. He had a big lane,
to
the bottom of the screen and went the other way, so much harder to see from the field during the play, of course. But great open field tackle there, special teams.
13 seconds. Okay, no timeouts for UMS Wright, so you're realistically looking at 3 plays at most, okay? A defensive penalty will keep the game going, but they really need, John, to have any chance whatsoever. They need 2 passing plays to get them about 30 yards to have a realistic shot right here. We have a penalty by the back judge and a delay of game.
Illegal substitution looks like on the defense. Oh, there's a free 5 yards.
Yeah, and they're now they're at the 50.
Yeah, usually when you see that call, it's the nose guard trying to simulate the snap, but the back judge called that call. So
and it turns out Troy had 12 men on the field anyway.
So
number 10 set back to throw it. Could have been a game ender right there as the defensive back for Charles Henderson cuts in front of that pass, read it like a book.
Chat, man. W's in the chat.
And that could have been it, John. Let's see. We've got a couple asterisks, already jotted down in our book, but we're going to put one by that one because that was all she wrote.
Yeah, and they're still going to have to get down to about the 25-yard line to have a realistic attempt here.
I agree. They need 25 to 27 yards, 8 seconds. So this is probably your last pre-kick play unless you get very fortunate.
Right, and they also have no timeout, so they've either got to run up and get on the ball or get out of bounds.
And there's going to be a whistle. And there's going to be a false start. Now, since the clock was stopped, John, before that, there won't be a runoff. Okay? So some people watching at home may wonder about a runoff. But there's going to be 8 seconds. And they get the 5 back that Troy gave them.
Yep. We're looking on the home sideline, seeing a lot of people sending up some prayers right now to pull off a huge upset and go to the 4th round of the playoffs. So.
Yeah, this would be a tremendous win for this program and a disappointment for the number 1 team, UMS Wright. But they're going to run a little hook and lateral play. They actually have an even crazier play, 3rd lateral.
Well, the clock is at 0, so whatever happens, it's over.
Yes, sir! That's over, baby!
And Charles Henderson has beaten UMS Wright here from Troy, Alabama, with a final score of Charles Henderson High School 19, UMS Wright 16, and Charles Henderson will advance to the state semifinal next week. We'll have to watch tomorrow night to see which team they will face, but we believe Charles Henderson will be on the road next week. But a great win for the Charles Henderson program, a great season for UMS Wright, 12-1 finish to the season, nothing to hang their hats on. Admirable performance tonight. They fought to the very end. Great job getting an onside kick and taking the lead. A great back-and-forth game. And we thank you guys so much for tuning in to the NFHS Network and this telecast.
Yeah, what a great game. Congratulations to both teams, but Charles Henderson will be on the road, I believe, to face the winner of Gulf Shores or Faith Academy tomorrow night. So
that's right. Y'all be sure to tune into the NFHS Network for that one and all your local action throughout the weekend. It's been our pleasure to provide you this. We'll see you guys next week.
I'm streaming again, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I had 100